condemned property in Rosemont. On Thursday, deputies returned to a location where they had previously seized a large amount of meth and allegedly found four individuals inside a condemned motorhome. A search warrant led to the discovery of over a half ounce of meth, paraphernalia, cash, and packaging materials. California Highway Patrol says a man is dead after being struck by a car on Norris Road Thursday night about 9 p.m. The Highway Patrol investigation showed that the pedestrian was allegedly walking outside of a marked crosswalk. The driver stayed on scene after the crash and cooperated with police. The crash investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information is encouraged to contact CHP. Area landlords will have to supply their tenants with working refrigerators and stoves starting next year. A bill was signed into law this week that requires landlords statewide to provide the appliances in a rental unit to be considered habitable. While the national average price for a gallon of gasoline dropped nationwide compared to last week, Bakersfield prices are headed in the opposite direction. The price of a gallon of regular is up 3 cents versus last week. It currently stands at $4.60. There was no Mega Millions jackpot winner on Tuesday, so this evening's drawing will be worth an estimated $575 million. However, Cal Lottery reported that a winning Mega Millions ticket with a cash payout of nearly $250,000 was sold at a downtown Bakersfield convenience store for last Tuesday's drawing. I'm John Shear in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Mr. Flores, turn this up. Thank you very much.
I had 3 more seconds and I had the whole thing. I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
Sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. On air at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at kernradio.com. Now, here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. Download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and watch us live streaming on YouTube. That's right. Go over to YouTube and look up Kern Radio. You'll find us. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and go live with us all day, even maybe tomorrow. We might just go live from Brunch Fest tomorrow. That's right. Brunch Fest happening tomorrow, October 11th. At the Kern County Fairgrounds from 11 to 3 p.m. Come out and join us. I'll be out there. Chris will be out there. Scott will be out there. Ralph will be out there. Even young Dawson's going to be out there. We checked his ID. He's okay to get in because it is a 21 and over event. Sorry, Dawson. So come out and join us out at Brunch Fest. But yeah, go subscribe to our YouTube because I'll probably go live out there and you can watch and come along. Not only that, but Chris and I, we have clearance. We're clear for takeoff. We don't need, air controllers. We don't need baggage checks. We're clear for takeoff. Christopher and I will be headed to wonderful Las Vegas on Sunday to cover the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Titans. It's the battle of the inepts ready at week 6 in the NFL. Chris and I will be out there, but subscribe to YouTube again. Or if not to Kern Radios, go over and subscribe to Early Bird Special on YouTube as well, because we'll probably go live from both. But we'll be out there. We'll be back on Monday. Don't worry, live in studio. So more reasons to go and find us on YouTube. You can also find us on social media. Just look up Kern Radio, Facebook, Instagram, and X. I am also out there, JR Flores, or why not JR? We made it. It is a What the Faith Friday. We do have a guest, Dr. Jason Kennedy. He is the lead pastor over at Bakersfield First Assembly. We'll speak with him. The church just got done celebrating last year their 100th anniversary. That is a very old church. We'll talk to him a little bit about the history of the church. He's new, kind of, sort of, about a year in himself. And we'll talk to him about the future of the church, what it's like running a 100-year-old church. Not only that, there is a school attached, Stockdale Christian School. We'll talk about some of the challenges they face there and some of the challenges of just leading a church in this new generation of people. Lost, I call them. You guys are the lost generation. That's what they should be called anyways. What else is going on? 661-842-KER. And if you guys want to jump in, I might have a one final pair of Brunch Fest tickets. Is that correct, Christopher?
That is correct.
They are emailing those, so you don't even have to come down and pick it up. We'll email it right to your inbox. So keep listening for your chance to win a pair of tickets to tomorrow's Brunch Fest. We'll be at all kinds of fun things going on tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. I think all of the plus 85, 90 degree weather is behind us, and it's going to be actually kind of cold next week. I'm hearing Tuesday, the possibility of rain. So it's the weather changes quickly here. Fall is lasting about a week, and then we'll go straight to winter. Summer for 3 or 4 months, the week of fall, and then straight to winter. That's Bakersfield weather for you. Had a wonderful night last night. Got to go to the Kern County Law Enforcement Foundation dinner, their Officer of the Year Awards dinner. It was me and the beautiful, gorgeous, tall blonde, the lady I fancy, and our general manager was also in attendance. Lots and lots of people. I heard over 700 in attendance. We got to see some officers get some awards and see some comedians perform. The first guy, Darren Carter. You ever heard of this guy, Chris? Darren Carter? I've never heard of him. He came.
I can't say I have.
No, neither had I. But he came out, and it was kind of awkward. And I think that's how he intended it to be. And about 3/4 of the room, I think we're not getting the joke, but it was that, I think, is what he was going for to make it funny, which I kind of find funny. But the second guy was hilarious. Ron Pearson, hilarious. He was actually pretty funny. Had the whole room just in stitches. He even got on a unicycle at one point while juggling and balancing a basketball and spinning it on his chin. Yeah.
You sure this isn't the Globetrotters?
Nope.
thing?
No. He even balanced the ladder on his chin before he got on it. It was wild. My guy was very talented and funny.
That's a halftime show right there.
It was a great show. And then a Salty's dinner. I mean, how can you go wrong with the Salty's dinner? Tri-tip chicken, spicy mac and cheese, little side salad.
Or if you're his grandkids, the bread.
The bread. I like the spicy mac and cheese, actually.
That is really good.
I think they brought that first to the Mac and Cheese Fest, and they've since incorporated it into the menu. So, but that was delicious. The program was great. It was awesome. Started off great. The funniest part didn't even come from a comedian. So we're all sitting in the room. The program has started, and they're going through it, and they get to the part where some guy comes up, and he wants to introduce all the dignitaries in the room. So he's going through the list, and Sheriff Donnie Youngblood's in the room, and BPD Chief Greg Terry's in the room, and Shafter PD Chief is in the room, and Wasco PD Chief is in the room, and we have supervisors in the room. Supervisor Chris Parlier's in the room, and we have Supervisor Leticia Perez in the room, who got up and waved her napkin around and calm down, Leticia. It's not that kind of a party. And they named, they said, we even have school board members, and said Larry Coleman and what's the guy? I can't remember his name now. He's on the Kern High School board, Tinsinger. He was the one that was all in favor of signing the petition to oppose transgender athletes. And they mistakenly said that Larry Coleman is a school board member, because he's not. I don't even know if he ever was. He's actually a city councilman. Sorry, Larry. Doesn't matter. You can't count on him anyways. Can't count on Coleman. He talks a good talk, but when it comes down to the vote, you just can't count on him, and that's where the name comes from. But then they named everybody, and the Assembly member Dr. Jasmeet Bains stands up and gets the applause, and I had already seen, you guys know where I'm going with this, because you know who was in the room. I had already noticed council member Gonzalez. He was sitting a few tables away. So I was like, oh, look, there's Andre. And as they're going through the dignitaries, I'm just like, if they don't mention my guy, oh my goodness. Went through all of them. School board members, went out to Tehachapi, CHP, called everybody in the room. Then said, I think that's it. At which point I just started. I didn't laugh out loud, okay? I kept it contained. At least the lady was like, stop laughing. Said, I'm not the only one in the room laughing right now. And they said, if we've missed anybody, please stand up so you can be recognized. And God love him. At least he didn't get up and say, hey, it's me, Andre, city councilman for the last 8 years. I'm running for assembly. No, Andre didn't do that. Surprisingly, I thought he would have. No, coming to his rescue, Supervisor Leticia Perez stands up and goes, hey, Andre's right here. Andre. Oh, we're sorry. Yeah, somebody from the city. Yeah, thank you for coming. Oh my gosh. And then he quickly disappeared after that. I don't know what happened to Mr. Gonzalez, but he found a way to exit stage left and made his way to the restroom after feeling probably quite embarrassed of himself there. But
You think he wasn't welcome? You think he thought maybe I shouldn't be here?
no, I think what happened is he didn't have a table himself because I believe he was sitting at Supervisor Leticia Perez's table. And so he wasn't a table sponsor, which is crazy because if you think you're running for assembly and you want to be in any sort of a room,
Yeah, you would assume.
you would want your own table just to be like, hey, it's me. I'm Councilman Gonzalez running for assembly. Hi. No, he just takes it upon himself to assume, everybody knows who Andre is. So they see me walk in. Can they miss me? I'm the 6'1" guy in the blue suit. It's Andre. But he didn't get his love. And so I felt bad that Supervisor Perez had to come to his rescue, which is odd to me to begin with, because I'm just going to break it on down for the Democratic Party up in Bakersfield and Kern County. There was a time or two where Mr. Gonzalez wanted to run against Supervisor Leticia Perez, and he was told kindly, hey, wait your turn. I remember telling Andre, that ain't right, man. Don't let him get to you like that. He said, nobody got to me. What do you mean? Nobody got to me. Nobody got to me. And then I said, hey, dude, if you want to run, you should do it. Don't let somebody tell you not to. And he said, well, it wasn't quite like that. So there was a conversation. But the Democratic Party is kind of funky in Bakersfield, if you follow me here. Let's see how we start. Assemblywoman Dr. Jasmeet Bains, probably the bane of the Democratic Party in Bakersfield. She ran against Leticia Perez for that assembly seat and has since kind of been blackballed from the assembly, or the Democratic Party in Bakersfield, at least. And somehow Andre got adopted in because I'm just going to be honest, and he wasn't too well liked by that camp either. Leticia Perez and the leadership there, they were kind of like, we'll take him because he's all we got, basically. And that's kind of still how they feel about him. But it's funny now to see them actually champion him and, like I said, come to his rescue at the table and say, Andre's here too. Because at one time they were like, we don't even want this kid around. But again, it's the best we got. So. But now he's the champion. Now he's in assembly. He's running for assembly. He's a candidate. He's legitimate this time. He's got a chance. He's not going to withdraw his name this time. I promise. This is finally his chance. His seat he's been waiting for. Well, he's got an opponent, apparently. It turns out. I didn't even realize, but a new poll has come out. From David Binder Research, showing a little bit of a shifting tide for Mr. Gonzalez in the assembly race. He's got an opponent in one Anna Palacio. Now, in a poll, in a survey, Andre maintains a 31% lead over Miss Anna Palacio at 15%. And you're going, well, who is this Palacio woman? I've never heard of her. I had never either until this poll came out, and they had to let people know, hey, just a heads up, she's a registered nurse and a patient advocate and a member of the SIEU. It's a very powerful union. And that union has come out and actually endorsed her over Andre Gonzalez, which is funny because I believe at one time they also endorsed Dr. Jasmeet Bains over Leticia Perez. It's funny how these Democrats work around here. It's kind of like you're an enemy of yours and an enemy of mine makes us best friends. Now, is it a coincidence that Miss Anna Palacio is a registered nurse and the current Assemblywoman is a doctor? I'm not saying they know each other, but at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Dr. Jasmeet Bains' camp runs somebody because they did it against Leticia Perez last time. You see, she ran, I said, against Jasmeet Bains. Jasmeet Bains beat her for that assembly seat. Leticia had to come back and be a supervisor, in which she had to get reelected. And during that reelection, there was a woman there that worked for Dr. Jasmeet Bains. Oh, the Democratic Party here in Bakersfield. It's funny because I continue to read this article. And some of the now leaders in the party here, Mr. Christian Romo, who is a very good friend of mine, and he'll tell you, I'll hold you accountable. I'll call you out. We're good friends. We were just hanging out on Wednesday, talking to Dr. Turnipseed, or Doctor. I almost elevated Mike to a doctor. Uncle Mike.
He can be a doctor in finance.
He ain't a doctor. He's going to need a doctor pretty soon. We were just speaking to Michael Turnipseed's class together, me and Christian Romo. He's the chair of the Democratic Party. Well, they asked him, what do you think about this poll where Mr. Gonzalez, because once they said, hey, heads up, she's a nurse, does that change your vote? Well, it did, actually. Now that people know who she is and that she's a nurse and that she's getting endorsed by SEIU, her stock raises, goes up by 15%. She finds herself leading 30-26 over Andre Gonzalez. Once you put down that she has a job, a real job, not just one of those fake jobs that they show up to once a week, like other candidates. Well, they tried to dismiss the poll they did, those Democrats here in Kern County. Why, two Democrats running against each other. Let's not try to pick sides, but let's just try to dismiss the poll. Interesting, he says, Mr. Romo says, the polls can be swayed or conflated to project political relevance. Interesting that a poll like this would come out. It's not a huge one, he says. It was a couple hundred people, not super scientific on either side, I would say. But what it does show is that Andre is actually in a very strong, healthy position. It's a great way to spin that, Christian. I love you, brother. I do. You know I do. We're going to hang out. But I'm going to call you. Yeah. And that doesn't even take into account that there might be a third candidate, a Republican, or maybe even a no-party preference guy who just might get in the race for S&Gs. You trying to figure out what S&Gs is, Chris?
Oh, no, I would know.
Oh,
exactly
you got
what
S&Gs.
S&Gs.
Okay. I'm just making sure you're on the same page here. Oh, the funny ways of the Democratic Party here in Kern, and the factions that are created, and whose side are you on? Somebody else said, I'm not going to tell you who just texted me, but they said I should get in the race. I was thinking the same thing. I'm in the district. Why not? JR. Got to get to a break on the other side. Take some of your phone calls, text messages. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. Then later, Dr. Jason Kennedy. He is the lead pastor over at Bakersfield First Assembly. Talk about the church, a school attached to it that my daughter happens to attend, and his first year in Bakersfield, his first summer. We'll find out all about that. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back. I need a hair tie.
News Talk 96.1 and
That's my boy Jay Reed. I was hoping that Scott left a hair tie in here. Scott didn't leave a hair tie in here. I was really hoping Scott was going to leave a hair tie. I asked my boy Jay Reed down the hall, but he's got about the same amount of hair that Scott's got. A bunch of bald people in this place. Let's go Dodgers. We don't talk about the Dodger game around, Chris.
Tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in the late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Millions of fans agree. This Christmas tradition rocks. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghost of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. November 25th, Dignity Health Arena. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com and AXS.com. Don't miss this season's most exciting concert experience. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert.
The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
Dancing in broken pieces.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. A little Zach Williams and Dolly Parton. I'll be watching Zach Williams tonight in Fresno. Headed over there. Got to go do a little photo shoot. I'm not certain if I'm allowed to spill the beans on that one yet, but got a little photo shoot to do after the show today. I'll be able to tell you more about what that's for. And then after that, we're headed to Fresno. Going to drive down to make the drive and go watch Zach Williams in concert. And then we'll come back tonight, and then I'll be at Brunch Fest tomorrow I'll get there probably around noonish. That's going on 11 to 3. Chris and I will be there. And then after Brunch Fest, Chris and I are hitting the road. We're going to go to Vegas, and then we'll be in Vegas on Sunday for the Raider game. After the game, then we're going to drive home, and then we'll be back to work on Monday morning. It's been a busy week. Busy week. Wednesday, I had spoke to a class. Last night, I was at the Officer of the Year dinner. Tonight, I'm at a concert. Tomorrow, I'm at Brunch Fest. Sunday, I'm at the Raider game. I'll slow down at some point, Chris. That was with Dolly Parton. There was a scare. Didn't her sister come out and say, oh, everybody needs to pray for Dolly. And everybody got scared that she was super sick and she was dying. And then she puts a video out and she's like, I'm okay, y'all. I deal with things just like everybody else does. That's my country accent.
Don't scare me like that. I didn't know Dolly was in trouble.
No, that's the thing. She's not. It scared everybody. Everybody was like, what is going on? But her sister was the one that said it. And so it freaked everybody out thinking she's sick. She's on her deathbed. And she put out a video yesterday. Look, I'm working. I'm working right now. I'm alive. I just go through things. My husband, when he passed, he was dealing with things and I'm dealing with things. Whew, almost lost Dolly Parton. Got to get to a break. On the other side, our guest has arrived, Dr. Jason Kennedy. He is the lead pastor at Bakersfield First Assembly. Talk about the history of the church. Turned 100 years old last year. The future of the church, what it's like to run that. All that coming up. It's a What the Faith Friday on the JR Show.
SRN News. I'm Greg Cluxton in Washington.
Oh, and the Dodgers won.
A massive explosion destroyed a munitions plant in Tennessee, and authorities say 19 people are missing and feared dead. The blast, which was felt for miles, took place about 60 miles southwest of Nashville. Wall Street suffered its biggest losses in several months. The Dow dropped more than 800 points for a nearly 2% loss. The Nasdaq's value dropped by 3.5%. Stocks tumbled after President Trump said he was considering a massive increase of import taxes on Chinese products. After several days of threats, the Trump administration is moving forward with mass firings of federal workers. President Trump recently portrayed his budget director as the Grim Reaper. Job cuts come as the 10-day government shutdown shows no signs of ending. 7 people killed in the southern Philippines after 2 earthquakes. This is SRN.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm John Shearer. California Highway Patrol says a man is dead after being struck by a car on Norris Road Thursday night about 9 p.m. The Highway Patrol investigation showed that the pedestrian was allegedly walking outside of a marked crosswalk. The driver stayed on scene after the crash and cooperated with police. The crash investigation is ongoing, and CHP would like to hear from anyone who has any information. There was no Mega Millions jackpot winner on Tuesday, so this evening's drawing will be worth an estimated $575 million. However, Cal Lottery reported that a winning Mega Millions ticket with a cash payout of about $250,000 was sold at a downtown Bakersfield convenience store for last Tuesday's drawing. I'm John Shearer in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
This is your intrepid news reporter, Scoop Newsman, coming to you live from a helicopter high above the historic Santa Margarita Ranch. From this break reporter's lofty vantage point, I can see preparations are continuing for the return
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. So, what the Faith Friday? I want to thank lead pastor over at Bakersfield First Assembly, Dr. Jason Kennedy, for stopping by. Get over there to church on Sunday. They do it at 10:30, 4901 California Avenue, right there, California and Morella. The streets are kind of open up now, a little bit, right, Chris? The lanes, I think, on both sides are kind of open for the time being, anyways. Before,
I was gonna say, give it a sec. They'll
Yeah.
probably find a way to dig it back up again.
Well, I don't think they have to dig it back up, but I don't think they're quite done. I think there's another layer of asphalt that they have to lay on top of that because it's not leveled. There's still spots that are just jacked up, and then it doesn't go all the way to the curb. It's got a big fat lip. Every time I come in and out of driveways, there's a drop, and I know I got to stop complaining about California Avenue. I just wish they would be done already. But at least the lanes are open temporarily. So there's no reason not to get to church on Sunday. Be there, 10:30, Bakersfield First Assembly. And if you want to get your kid into private school, look into Stockdale Christian. I know because my daughter goes there. It's a great, not only just education, but the spiritual leadership there is amazing as well. They go to chapel every Thursday. I get to hang out and be a part of that. So if you're looking for a private school to get your kid into, I suggest Stockdale Christian. And if they're over the age of that, then get them into Bakersfield Christian High School. Also a great organization. They've got a event coming up, the Boots and Barbecue, happening on Thursday. Just go over to their website. Tickets are on sale now. Get out there. I'll be out there. You guys come and hang out. But also, I'll be there tomorrow, Brunch Fest. It's going on at the Kern County Fairgrounds from 11 to 3 p.m. I'll be out there. Chris will be out there. Ralph will be out there. We don't have to worry about the Dodgers and Phillies game because, well, I was waiting for your reaction, Chris. I was waiting. He's mad. He's like, I'm going to play the music. We're out of time, JR. Shut up. He's going to turn my microphone off. 10 seconds. I got you, Chris. We got to go. It's Friday. You guys come hang out with us this weekend. I want to thank Dr. Jason Kennedy. Lily, Dad loves you.
This is AM 1180.
I knew I'd get it.
Green Acres. This is 96.1 FM. Bakersfield. Online at KERN Radio.